All glory is to assembled devotees. All glory is to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Jai Namah. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Tirtha Swami Tinamani Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Statmani Shri Gauranga. Om Jnana Timridasya Jnana Janasalakaya Chakshuramalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yukta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahoguna Ragunastam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahogana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitam Sha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Tirtha Swami Iti Namini Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Asri Tatmane Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Bhakti Tirthaniti Namini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvase Sasunyavadi Pasachade Satarini Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namini Gauratize Namaha Nityanando Vatutendo Vasuda Pranavalabha Janavir Jivita Patir Krishna Prema Prada Prabhu Padmavati Sutta Srimam Sachirananda Purvajaha Mavum Mata Jagat Rakta Rakta Gora Kelevaraha Advaitam Harinadvaita Racharyam Bhakti Shamshanat Bhaktavataram Itam Sham Advaita Acharya Shraye Panchatattamakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaritaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pankajanabaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajagraye He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopita Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Jayatam Surato Pango Mama Madirgati Masarvaswa Padambujo Radha Mandana Mohano Divya Vindaranya Kalpadrumanda Srimad Ranadgara Simhastanastau Srila Govinda Devo Pristyanibhi Sevya Manosmarami Srimam Rasa Rasarambi Vam Sivata Tatasti Takarsan Venusranai Gopi Gopinata Sriyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarvam Kanti Samohini Paraha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pankum lagayate grim yat kripatamahad vande Shri Guru Dina Taranam Paramanam Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Akanda Mandala Karam Vyaptayana Chara Charam Tatpadam Dashitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. So today is a very, very auspicious day. Materially speaking, as well as spiritually speaking. I don't know, I'm sweating. Just took some hot food, so it's giving me a lot of sweat. So today is Diwali. Diwali simply means the festival of lights. In India, everywhere you will see so much lightning. I remember I think 2005 or 2006, I joined the Chaupati Vrindavan Yatra in 2000. And on this day of Diwali, we were on Govardhan Parikrama. And it took us a whole day to circumambulate Govardhan Hill, because His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj would stop at every spot and narrate the pastimes that took place there. So, if one is just walking around Govardhan Hill, it takes about 4 to 5 hours to complete the journey. But with the presence of Srila Radhanath Maharaj, who was feeding us with all the pastimes of around Govardhan, it took us a whole day. By the time we got to Radhakund, it was night. And before we could enter the township of Radhakund, we met the lights. People had lighted along the road, on both sides of the road. There were lights all the way to Radhakund and beyond. Everywhere there were lights. It is not only happening in Govardhan. Every part of Vrindavan, when we came back to Vrindavan in the night, everywhere there was light. So today is that auspicious day that darkness is overcome by light. Today is that auspicious day that so many wonderful pastimes took place. In fact, let me just give you a gist. Today is celebrated as Diwali, the day of great joy, because today is the day a lot of mercy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead is flowing. Today is that day when Mother Yashoda bound up Krishna against the granny mortar. Of course, we all know that Yashoda could not bind Krishna in any physical manner. He could only bind Krishna with his deep, deep love. So we should all try to bind Lord Krishna within our hearts with bhakti and affection. Those were the ropes Mother Yashoda used to bind the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord cannot be bound by any material ropes. The Lord cannot be bound by any material circumstances. The Lord can only be bound by love and affection. So Mother Yashoda on this very day bound up Krishna with his affection. He bound up Krishna with his love. And so that indicates that every devotee who wants Krishna in his heart, who wants Krishna in his life, who wants to be close to Krishna, the only means by which we can bring Krishna closer to ourselves, the only means by which we can keep Krishna within our hearts is by means of love and affection. And Mother Yashoda on this very day demonstrated that. It is also said that today is that day when Manasi Ganga, which is very close to Govardhan, Manasi Ganga appeared on this day. This was the day Krishna saw his parents preparing to go on pilgrimage. And Krishna was wondering, where are you going? And Nanda Maharaj said, this is Kartik. This is the month of Kartik. One must take advantage of the month of Kartik to visit all the holy places. So we want to go on pilgrimage. And Krishna said there was no need, because he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no need. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead has taken birth in your home, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is with you in your home, what kind of pilgrimage do you want to go to? So Krishna said there is no need. Another Maharaj said there is need. We must go. Everybody has been going on pilgrimage. We have not gone. So we must go. And Krishna said, all right, I will do something. Instead of you going to visit all these holy places, I will bring all the holy places together in one place. And you can take your bath there. You can go there and associate with all the holy places in one place. There is no need for you to go to Prayag. There is no need for you to go to Haridwar. There is no need for you to go to all the different places in order to associate with the holy places. I will bring all of them together in one place so that you can associate with all the holy places. Ananda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, they felt relieved because if they had to travel to all the holy places, it would take them several months, if not days. And then the effort involved in traveling from one place to another, to another, to another. A lot of effort is involved. But now, by the arrangement of their transcendental son, Krishna, all the holy places will be put in one place. And they can take their bath there. They can associate with the holy place. So, Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he manifested Mansi Ganga. Mansi Ganga means the Ganga from the mind of the Lord. Krishna manifested Mansi Ganga and ordered all the holy places to enter that Mansi Ganga. And so all the holy places, they all came together in Mansi Ganga. And then Krishna told his parents, now you can go and take your bath in this holy place. So today is that day when Mansi Ganga manifested. It is also mentioned that today is that day Lord Ramachandra, the Lord of Ayodhya, conquered Ravana, the 10-headed demon. Today is that day Lord Ramachandra defeated Ravana and returned to Ayodhya. So while Lord Ramachandra and his team, his entourage, were returning to Ayodhya after 14 years of forest life, the citizens, they lighted light everywhere in Ayodhya just to welcome Lord Ramachandra. So, today is that very, very special day when the Supreme Personality of Godhead returned to Ayodhya. So it is said, celebrating Diwali with devotional service, celebrating this auspicious day with devotional activities, one is actually welcoming Lord Krishna and Lord Ramachandra into one's home. into one's heart, into one's life. That is the significance of celebrating Diwali, the festival of lights. Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about enlightening the soul with a touch of knowledge, the lamp of knowledge. The heart is the seat of the super soul as well as the Jivatma. Sarvasya chaham hrine sanivisto matas smriti gyanam apohanam cha. Krishna is saying that I am seated in the heart. Sarvasya chaham hirde sanivisto. Hirde sanivisto means I am seated in the heart of the living entity. But even though Krishna is seated in the heart of the living entity along with the Jiva is not aware. The Jiva does not know that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is sitting next to him. And that is our situation in this material world. Our situation in this material world is ignorance. We are all wallowing in ignorance. And we are taking that ignorance to be something very great. That is the great misfortune of the living entity within the material world. The heart is the place where Krishna is sitting. The heart is the seat of the soul. And the heart is supposed to be enlivened with spiritual knowledge. The heart is supposed to be brightened up with knowledge, spiritual knowledge. And so when Krishna is kind to the living entity, Krishna brightens the heart of the living entity with a touch of knowledge, with the light of knowledge. So today is that day that we shall all pray to Krishna to enter our hearts and brighten our hearts with that touch of knowledge. Because without this touch of knowledge, we remain in darkness. The material world is a very dark place. And that is why we need the sunlight. That is why we need the moonlight. That is why we need fire. That is why we need electricity. Because the whole material world is full of darkness. And so our hearts are also covered by this darkness. And because of this darkness, we cannot see ourselves. Neither can we see the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is sitting there. So, by the process of bhakti, one can revive his original position. By the process of bhakti, one can lighten up the heart. And that is why bhakti is so important. Bhagavat Bhakti Hinasya Jatir Shastram Japas Tapa Apanayasaiva Dehasya Mandanam Loka Rajanam. One may be very learned. One may take a very high birth. One may chant so many mantras. One may perform so many austerities. One may do so many wonderful things in this world. But if one is not connected to devotional service, if one is not a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if one is not practicing Krishna consciousness, everything is just like a decoration on a dead body. Mandanam Loka Ranjanam. All paraphernalia, all what we have in this world, all that we possess is just a decoration of a dead body. Generally, when somebody dies, their family members, they spend huge sums of money to get a very beautiful coffin, buy some very expensive clothes, and sometimes they even wear the dead man golden chains and very expensive lockets. Can this dead man see what you are doing to him? Hare Krishna, Ganga Prasad Prabhu Ki Jai, welcome. You just dropped? I didn't know when you arrived. Nice to see you, Prabhu. People spend huge sums of money to decorate the dead body. What can the dead body see? He cannot see anything. Whether you put him in a very expensive coffin, or you throw him on the street, or you bury him, or you throw him in the water, or you put him on the rock for animals to eat, that has nothing to do with the soul. But due to this dense ignorance, dense darkness, which we call knowledge, we call civilization, people spend huge sums of money decorating the dead body. And they're proud. They want to show off their wealth. In fact, some people even borrow money. They borrow money to decorate the dead body. Meanwhile, people are hungry on the street. People need survival. They need something to eat to survive. People need medicine. People need many things to maintain themselves. They don't bother about that. They will spend huge sums of money to decorate the dead body. It's all due to ignorance, because the soul is already gone. The soul has nothing to do with the body. The soul is tired of that body. The soul is embarrassed by that body. The soul has abandoned it. It doesn't want it anymore. It has nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, out of ignorance. So much is done to decorate the dead body. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that decorating the dead body is just to satisfy the public, because it doesn't benefit the dead body. It doesn't. Any amount of money you spend to decorate the dead body does not benefit from it. It does not. It doesn't add to anything. He is already facing his karma. He is in the hands of Yamaraj. And your huge expenditure will not change the records. But out of ignorance, this is done. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, taking birth in a very wonderful family, very, very famous family, studying the scriptures inside out, chanting all kinds of mantras, performing all kinds of austerities, if they are not connected to devotional service, these are compared to decorating the dead body with expensive jewels, expensive dress, expensive coffin, and maybe expensive graveyard. So that means that devotional service is very, very important. And today is that day. Today is Diwali. Today is that special day we can bring Krishna closer to our hearts. Today is that day we can bind Krishna. Yashoda Mai is demonstrating to all of us that Krishna can be conquered by nothing except love. Yashoda Mai tried to bind Krishna by bringing all the robes in her household. But the robes will always fall short by 2 inches. Any rope Yashoda Mai will bring to join what is there in order to bind Krishna, the rope will be short by 2 inches, which means mercy and effort. It is said that those 2 inches represent the effort we are making. All of us must make effort. We must try to chant. We must try to study. We must try to render some service. We must try to do some preaching. We must enact some activity. That effort is required. But that effort alone is not sufficient. It has to be backed by mercy. So today is that day when Krishna sheds that mercy. Today is a flow of mercy. So we should catch that mercy. Diwali means catching the mercy. It is not just lighting lamps alone. We have to understand that today is that special day. Krishna is completely merciful. He is dashing out mercy like anything. And so we have to catch that mercy. Just like the residents of Ayodhya. Today is that day. Lord Ramachandra, he came back after the long period of 14 years. The residents of Ayodhya, they were hankering for Lord Ramachandra's association. And today is that day. Lord Ramachandra came back and brought everybody back to life. In fact, it is said that while Ramachandra was away from Ayodhya, It was like everyone was dead in the absence of Lord Ramachandra. There was no activity in Ayodhya. Everybody was lamenting. Until that day, today, that when Lord Ramachandra descended from the skies in his flower airplane and he brought life back to the citizens of Ayodhya. So today is that very special day that we can all pray to Lord Damodara to extend his causeless mercy to all of us. Today is that day we should meditate on the pastimes of binding Krishna. Today is that day we can meditate on Mother Yashoda boiling the milk and the milk overflowing, and he had to put Krishna aside to attend to the milk, and because of that Krishna became angry and decided to cause some havoc by breaking the pot of yogurt that the mother was churning and then distributing the yogurt, the butter, among his friends, the fortunate monkeys of Vrindavan. They are still there. If you go to Vrindavan, there are many of them. Many monkeys. They are still looking for Krishna. For the butter. So today is that day that Krishna extended his mercy unlimitedly to all his devotees, including the monkeys. Therefore, in a discussion between Lord Chaitanya and Raghupati Upadhyaya, Lord Chaitanya was in a discussion with Raghupati Upadhyaya at Prayag. Lord Chaitanya mentioned Shamam Ivam Paro Rupam Puri Madhu Puri Varaha Kaishorika Dhyayam Adya Rasa Param Rasa. Lord Chaitanya is saying that beautiful form of Krishna, the Shama Sundara form of Krishna, that is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shamam Eva Param Rupam. That is the original form of the Supreme Personality of God. That's the original beautiful form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he said, Puri Madhu Puri Varaha. Madhupuri is Mathura. When we hear Madhupuri, it is Mathura Dham that is being referred to. Because the Lord appeared from Mathura, Mathura is considered the best of all places. So the Lord appeared in Mathura Dham, and therefore the city of Mathura is celebrated as the best of places in the universe. And then he went on to say that the youthful form of Krishna, Kaishorya, the youthful form of Krishna is the best form one should meditate upon. Krishna childhood pastimes are considered the sweetest. Krishna's Bala Lila are the best. And among the best of all these Lilas, Damodara Lila is the topmost. So therefore, the month of Damodar, which is the month of Kartik, we have all of these wonderful pastimes taking place. The month of Damodar, which is the best of all months throughout the year, all these wonderful pastimes are taking place. The appearance of Radhakund, the appearance of Mansi Ganga, Damodara Lila, worship of Govardhan, and many more festivals, they take place during this month of Kartik. So this month is a month of devotion. This month is the mother of devotion. This month, any little activity we perform during this month increases our spiritual credits. And particularly on this day, if we can offer some little prayer to Damodar, to Mother Yashoda, to the residents of Vrindavan, asking for their mercy so that we may develop an iota, a drop of the love they have for Krishna, our lives will become successful. So, I am just setting the scene for His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj to fill our hearts and our ears with the wonderful pastimes of Lord Damodar. So therefore, I will not spend much time. I want to give room for His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. He is so expert. He is so expert in Vrindavan Lila, in Damodara Lila, in all the wonderful pastimes that took place in the holy Dham of Vrindavan. So I also want to hear from him. So instead of me just spoiling the soup, let us all drink the sweetness of Damodara Lila. In Accra, Maharaj gave us a little bit, but it was during a Bhagavatam class. So he mentioned how the milk that was overboiling from Yashoda's pot, they were attempting to commit suicide. Have we heard that pastime before? The milk in Yashoda's pot, they were jumping out of their pot to commit suicide. I think I will hear that pastime today. Maharaj just mentioned it. He mentioned it in the passing. And the class had come to an end, so I couldn't even ask a question. So I've actually come here to take association. When Maharaj was in Accra, he said, Srivas, you have not been to Nigeria for a very long time. I said, well, it's not my fault. COVID-19. I took shelter of COVID-19. The COVID-19 prevented us from traveling. But I have some assignment in Abuja. So when I come to Abuja, I will squeeze some time and come to Lagos so that I can take association. And so we're in Abuja. A few days, we finished our assignment and we decided to come down to Lagos yesterday. And of course, a very brief, we have to leave again tomorrow. So let me allow His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj to feed all of us. We have come to be fed from the wonderful pastimes of Damodar. Thank you very much. Damodara Lila ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Krishna Karuna Sindhudina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasite Tapta Kanchana Gauri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhamsite Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakal Pataru Jacha Vipa Sandhya Vacha Ajitana Pandavyo Vaishnava Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Damodara ki jai, Yashoda Damodara ki jai. Hare Krishna. We respectfully thank His Grace Srivas Vanachari for your wonderful lecture. And yes, we have been teaching Bhagavatam, and I had Bhagavatam from him for many years. I attended Bhagavatam in Brindavan and other places where he's teaching. So he knows all the pastors. He has taught the whole Bhagavatam, Canto 1 to 12, Bhagavad Gita and all other scriptures, many times, many places. And Mayapon now. And yes, he has a lot of experience. He studied all our Acharyas books, so he knows that. Our system is to train the trainees. Is that? Yeah. Training the trainees. That's what Srivas Prabhu very experienced and expertly doing. by giving us the chance to say something. Like I said, this month is very, very special month. Particularly today. As we were mentioning the other day, Diwali is a special day. It's not for firecrackers that people do. This is childish one, the external one. Diwali has a different significance. Yes, it has something to do with light. Because when the living entities turn our face away from Krishna, that's darkness. And it's a very dangerous life, as we all experience. It's very dangerous life to turn our face away from Krishna. That is a very serious offense. Philosophically, we may not feel it. To turn our face away from Krishna is very, very serious. It's a great offense. That because of that offense, Krishna makes us important. I give you an example. A paper and iron, which one should break each other? A paper and iron. Which one should break each other? Iron should break paper. But our situation is that paper is breaking iron. Yes. Living entities of Christians call it, which energy of Krishna? Living entities. Which energy of Krishna? Which energy of Krishna? Yes. But you have two sides, spiritual or material. Spiritual. Jiva is spiritual. And material energy is what? It's material, it's inferior. So how inferior will control the superior? We are all controlled by Maya, which is inferior energy of Krishna. How? Paper is breaking iron. Because of this offense of turning our face away from Krishna, we are made impotent, and Maya is controlling us, keeping us captive. We're supposed to control, but we're not controlling because of that offense. That is material existence. And that's what happened when Lord Ramachandra left Ayodhya. Complete darkness. Every activity stopped. No jubilation. It was dark. Everything stopped. The whole Ayodhya went with the Lord to the forest when he was leaving. It was a gloomy day. Like when Bharat came and entered, he could, what is happening here? What's happening? Because the messenger didn't tell him what happened. You don't tell a bad news in the daytime. You don't tell a bad news when the person is eating. It is told in the night. So the messenger didn't tell Bharat anything. And also when the bad news is really heavy, the messenger doesn't tell it. Only the master tells it. Therefore, he wanted Vasishtha Muni to deliver the news. So he didn't say anything. But when he entered Ayodhya, he could say, something is happening here. He couldn't feel that vibrant energy which is Ayodhya. He didn't feel it. That's how heavy the situation was. We're sitting here, it's okay. We're sitting here, it's not okay. Because we have lost our potency, we don't know what is happening. So we feel comfortable here. A self-realized soul cannot feel comfortable here, even for a moment. You feel deserted, like a desert. That's the situation. But when Lord Ramachandra was returning back to Ayodhya, it's like the living entity now is getting back the soul to the body. So the city was illuminated with light, deeper. So he came back. When consciousness entered back to the dead body, that is Christian consciousness. That is reawakening of the soul. So that is the situation. That people were very happy. They illuminated the whole place. So light fire by now. To illuminated, illumination everywhere. That is the sign of auspiciousness, the consciousness coming back to the body. Now we are conscious, this life, this jubilation. So we can feel happy, there's activities. So it is celebrated, the Lord descended back, and we turn our face back to the Lord. As Diwali. So it was today that Lord Machanda, the consciousness, came back to the dead body. He celebrated with light. And many wonderful activities takes place today. We have mentioned it many times this year. Today I have already mentioned it 2 times. Different groups. So Lord Machanda returned back on Diwali Day, Govardhan Hill Diwali Day. Lord Krishna planted pearls on the ground Diwali Day. The pearls don't grow from ground, but Krishna planted it and it grew in 3 days. Days today. Mother Yashoda, Damodara, Damodara, the pastime was performed today, Diwali, that Lord Sematirani, Yashoda Mai tied up Krishna with a rope. The rope, this rope, you see, is a person. That is Kashyapa Muni. The rope that is tying Krishna in the rope, in the belly, that's Kashyapa Muni. Everything is personified, there is nothing ordinary. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Vrindavan first time, Diwali. Vanachari's appearance, Lakshmi Devi appearance, Murti appearance, Nectar appearance, Airavata elephant appearance, H.H.Srivas horse of Krishna appearance, half moon on Shiva's head, half moon appearance, Yamaraj's appointment day, treasurer of a demigod, Kuvera appearance day. He was given an appointment later today to start his work, counting money. So this today Diwali is a very heavy loaded day, and the whole Kartik, proper disappearance. We have 2 Ekadasis, the 2 Rasadans for Krishna, one spring and one Sarat. Both appeared in the beginning and the end. It's the end of Chaturmasya, it's the end of Kartik Vrat, it's the disappearance of Jarabhismadev, the Barkacharya, Tulsi Devi's wedding. So very wonderful. Narottam Das appearance, Gopal Bhatt Goswami appearance, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami appearance. All these things happen this month. This month is fully loaded with auspicious things, auspicious personalities. Look at these personalities and the person. Look at the potency of these persons alone. They are sufficient. They are sufficient to liberate any fortunate souls who have the ears to hear and who can hear. to be liberated. So Shukadeva Goswami said, Ekada, once upon a time, Ekada, one day, Mother Yashoda saw that all her maid servants were engaged in different activities. She didn't want them to make the yogurt as they normally do. The reason being that when they make the milk, they will burn it on fire. It's not properly cooked, so Krishna doesn't like the taste. Therefore, he goes to other houses to go and steal. And but Yashoda get the news every day. Your boy is a thief. Your boy is stealing. He steals. He comes to our house. A lot of argument every day. So this day, Mother Yashoda decided, today, I will not allow the maid to boil the milk, to cook it. I will do it myself. One, it will not be burnt, and I will offer it to Lord Narayan. Narayan will be so happy, so satisfied. His intention to do anything, the intention to do any service in Krishna consciousness is to please Lord Krishna. If this is not intention, what we are doing is not devotional service, and it will not give us the result. And we remain dry. Remain dry. This process is a big science and has to be followed nicely. If you don't do it as a devotional service with intention to please the Lord will not be pleased, and it will not be called devotional service. It is mechanical service, and it will never please the Lord, and we will not be pleased. If the Lord is not pleased, we cannot be pleased. So Mother Yashoda said, I will offer these preparations to Lord Narayan. Narayan will be very happy with me, and he will bless my child with long life, and he will never steal again. This is the reason why Mother Yashoda decided today no maid will do the preparations. So she will cook everything by herself. And because she knows this is for nursing mothers, she will learn this is for nursing mothers. She knew if I had to wait until Krishna will get up, I won't be able to do it. Therefore, I will get up earlier, so that I will finish everything before he wakes up. If you are a nursing mother, you don't follow the principle, you're not going to chant. Because when the baby wakes up, you cannot say, this is Maya, go and sleep, let me do Maya. So when Yashoda got up early, left Krishna sleeping there. But she started preparing. She got all the yogurt that was even previously prepared. She got all of them and started preparing them. And the fresh one was on the pot. She was boiling that. While she was doing that, she was chanting the glories of Lord Krishna, remembering Lord Krishna's. When she woke up, Lord Krishna was still sleeping. His lotus eye was still closed, and she looked at them blissfully. Like Krishna has a blue lotus eyes. They're like lotus. Even though they're closed, you can see everything. You can see everything completely. So she started boiling the milk, and then she was churning the previous one that was already prepared. She took all of them back, and she was preparing them. While she was doing like that, Lord Krishna woke up, and to his surprise, the first time he noticed, my mother is not here with me. Where has he gone? Where is he? So he quickly came down from the bed and was looking for his mother. To his surprise, but I said I was chanting, gree, 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 gree. I was singing the song which she has composed by herself, and the song which other ladies composed about Krishna. She got all of them. She was singing all that. She was busy. This is Krishna consciousness, and this is the process to cook for Krishna. No talking, no thinking of anything. It is only to the person we are cooking this for should be in the head, and the desire that this person should be satisfied by this will be our head. This will be the meditation. But I said I was chanting these glories of the activities of her son. So she was fully, completely busy, fully Krishna conscious. Srila Prabhupada said in the purport that all of us devotees should meditate on Mother Yashoda. Even if you are a sannyasi, don't say it's a woman. If you do that, you're an offender. You should meditate upon Mother Yashoda. Her Krishna consciousness is extreme. She is Vatsalya Prem personified. That is Yashoda Mai. Vatsalya Prem personified. So Lord Krishna came and saw his mother's journey. He smiled to himself. See my mother. The yogis have been chanting the scripture. See, they never got me. But I'm her son. What are you chanting? Stop this nonsense and they feed me. But very clever. He didn't say it out to her, but she came and held her hand. Holding the hand means stop this nonsense. Stop this nonsense. What are you chanting? What is the business of chanting? Yogis have been chanting, have they gotten you? The Gyani has chanting, have they gotten you? You didn't chant anything, you got me. So why are you doing this again? Stop this nonsense and feed me. So when he held Yashoda Mai's hand, she understood. The boy wanted me to attend to him. So she stopped churning. As soon as he did that, Lord Krishna climbed on the shoulder and smiled. I claim my right. Yes, I got my right. This is my right. He stopped this nonsense. So Mother Yashoda placed Lord Krishna on the lap, and Krishna started to suck the breast milk. And Mother Yashoda was looking at her son's lotus face, singing the glories, wondering, thinking very deeply in her heart. Right from the very day Mother Yashoda gave birth to Krishna, she was looking at herself. Mother Yashoda is not white. Mother Yashoda is black. And they paint her white in the picture. That is, how do you call it? Impersonation? How do you call it? Concussion. That is concussion. It's an offense. It's an offense. She is black. She's not white. But they paint her like that. So she look at herself and look at baby Krishna. The same way the day Putana came. The same way Putana came. When Putana came, Mother Yashoda looked at her. Is this the mother of my child or me? She is more qualified to be the mother of this boy than myself. Maybe she's the mother of this boy. For that reason, she didn't interfere with her activities until she came to do her nonsense and got the result. So, so this time also Mother Yashoda was enjoying baby Krishna, who is on her lap. And Krishna was also looking at her face. So you don't know who you're carrying. You're carrying me on your lap, but you don't know what you're carrying. But it's so nice that you don't know what you're carrying. And for that reason, I'm enjoying being a baby on your lap. Let's continue to enjoy. And then, while the pastime was going on, Mother Yashoda is breastfeeding baby Krishna. Krishna was sucking. It was going. The milk started to flow incessantly, non-stop. And Krishna also was drinking non-stop. Heavy competition. Heavy competition. Mother Yashoda's affection for Krishna was so great that just looking at her baby alone, the milk started to flow. Actually, her milk always flow, even when Krishna is not sucking, because of her affection for Krishna. Her dress is always wet, and she has to change dresses many times. So the competition was very, very traumatizing to the milk. The milk is flowing, Krishna is drinking, no defeat. There was no defeat. Then the milk said, now Krishna's belly is going to be full. Then what is my value? What will I do? Will you eat again if your belly is full? So if you have a palatable dish, what will you do with it? And what is the value of the person who could cook the food? So the milk was thinking, I have no value, better to commit suicide. So the milk jumped from the pan and entered the fire. No service. Service is what put us together. That is the glue that put two persons together. The glue is service. Without service, nothing can hold two people. Two people. No service, there's no relationship. So the milk was so disturbed that better to die, I have no service. What's my existence without service? Unfortunate devotees, they don't feel bad if I have no service. Unfortunate devotees, they think that I have no service means I'm very intelligent, I'm very powerful, I'm very, very important. No, I have no service means that you are useless. You are completely useless, have no value, and you have no intelligence. Befooled, perfectly befooled. Those who are fortunate, they don't think like that. They feel to commit suicide. The milk committed suicide, enter into the fire. Then Mother Yashoda felt very, very worried. The milk I'm boiling is for my son. So if the milk commits suicide and die, then what is my son going to take? And so then what will I offer to Narayan? So the purpose of my cooking is defeated. So I have no service also to keep her service. She afford the only reason why she has to keep Krishna down is the milk is for my son. Therefore, let me go and save the milk. So she kept Krishna down and went to save the milk. And Krishna was thinking, if she lost me so much, I produce ocean of milk. I produce. This is what I swim in. I swim on ocean of milk. So what is milk that my mother has not satisfied me? My taste is still on, and she has not satisfied me, and she kept me down to God. How much is this milk? That she has to keep me down. I would do something to show you that this is not proper. Sometimes you see inexperienced and unfortunate devotees. They are attending to the deities, and some people go and call them out to attend to them for something. Very, very inauspicious. Krishna did not approve that. But Yashoda has left me to go and attend to the milk, which is nothing. It is mismanagement. A pujari will leave the altar to go and do something else, not giving attention to the Lord while we are taking care of the Lord. Krishna did not approve that. It's an offense. So, Lord Krishna beat his lips and teach my mother a lesson. So, he left. All the pot of the yogurt that the mother Yashoda was doing, Sisirada Samasunda Kijai. Lord Krishna took a stone and he didn't break it. He didn't break the pot with anger. He expertly did it. Krishna made the hole. Expertly, he took a stone and hit it round. So this part came out, and all the yogurt came down and covered the whole room and covered the whole courtyard. It's not just a small, the whole place was flooded. The ocean of milk. And because he did that, Krishna started eating some. And he called all the monkey friends, was feeding the monkeys to eat himself. And he was very, very, very conscious that he has done something wrong, and Mother Yashoda is going to chastise him for that. So he turned the grinding mortar, using grinding spices, not the big one for pounding, it's for grinding spices. So Krishna turned it and sat on it. So he was eating, I was looking. When Mother Yashoda will come. So Mother Yashoda has finished setting the milk to the proper, it stopped the milk from committing suicide. Then she came back. What is this? Who has done this? And not seeing her son there, she concluded, this is the clever activity of my mischievous boy. He has done this, and fearing punishment, he has run away. So Mother Yashoda was searching for him. She would go tiltily, that's proper word. Tiltily means what, tiptoeing, so that she wouldn't make a noise to identify Krishna that she's coming to catch him. So she was tiptoeing, tiltily, checking her step that she doesn't hit on the ground, so it doesn't make noise. So in this way she was moving, and she would look. Krishna is not there. Krishna is not there. She was going tiltily, gently going like that. And she was just through Krishna's footprint, the lotus footprints on the milk on the floor. So she was tracing that. She was going and looking all over until she saw Krishna was sitting there. But Krishna sees here, he sees here, he sees here, he sees here, he sees there, he sees. Krishna sees everywhere. There's nowhere Krishna doesn't have eyes. Krishna has eyes everywhere, even at the back. Krishna has his eyes to see. Sarvatra Akshishira Mukam. Krishna has eyes everywhere. His face everywhere. All directions is Krishna's face, Krishna's eyes. Just like the sun. The sun is also doing that. So for him, it's not a problem. So as Mother Yashoda was searching and looking and carefully checking to see where her son is hiding, she saw Lord Krishna sitting there. And although she tried not to make noise, Lord Krishna could hear everything Everything could hear. So Krishna jumped down from the Gandhi water. Namamishwaram Sakchit Anandarupam Asakundalam Gokule Brajamana Yashoda Biyolu Kala Dabamanam Paramesamatyam Tatu Drutya. What Yashoda? Coming after the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna jumped down from the wooden Gandhi, started to run. The competition again. They were running. As they were running, Lord Yashoda says, "Stop! Stop!" He says, "No, I will not stop. You have a stick in your hand, throw it away, then I will stop." Yashoda says, "So if you are afraid of stick, why are you stealing?" From today I will never steal again. But throw the stick away, then I will stop. But Yashoda was running, Krishna was running, they were running. All of them, they were running. The demigod couldn't help themselves to see the person that we worship, he's being chased by the Yashoda and he's running. Krishna is crying. He's crying. So, what is Krishna crying? What's he crying? He's crying. Mother Yashoda would never beat him, and he never did. They always sing the stick. Always sing the stick alone. Krishna is crying. He never beat him. If he had beat him, you can say, okay, he's crying because of the pain of the beating. But see, I've not done that. Krishna is crying. Krishna cried because you remember when Krishna was fighting with Mustika Chanura, did he cry? Did he cry? They were beating each other heavily with heavy punches, strangling each other heavily. Krishna didn't cry. Only a stick, and from a woman, not a man, from a woman. The other stick, not even beating, just to see a stick alone. He's crying, but he never cried when he faced with Kamsa's dry cleaner, Kamsa's elephant, Kamsa's Mustika, Chanura, Toshala, Sala, and all that. Krishna never cried. Krishna has killed Agashura. He never cried when he saw Dhenukasura. Krishna never cried. Why is he seeing a stick alone, just alone? He's crying and he's running. Why is he running? Running from who? Krishna is feared by fear personified. But here he is running and fearing the mother. Because Krishna was thinking in his mind, everybody feels very happy to see me. Everybody. The yogis have been trying. If they get me, even the glimpse alone, the effulgence from my toenails, if the yogis just perceive that alone, they're very happy. They're very happy. But the only person who is not happy with me is my own mother. So Krishna cried. You cry. You're not happy to have me. I said so. So cried. You're not pretending. Krishna not pretending. He was really crying. Then we seeing Mother Yashoda were running and chasing Krishna, running all directions, and Krishna is afraid, was running. Mother Yashoda's hair is nicely decorated with beautiful flowers in there. And all the flowers they showed that Mother Yashoda is so great. The only person who can come to Krishna with the cane in hand is Mother Yashoda. Everybody come with the obeisances to Krishna. The only person who comes with the stick is Mother Yashoda. So she's superior. So the flowers also, they all came down. It is improper for us to say on the head of a person who has power over the supreme personality of God. Let's go down. They all came down to offer obeisances to Mother Yashoda. We should not be surprised because in Goloka, everything is personified and everything is alive. So alive that when Mother Yashoda is cooking, if you cook, you have to stay there in the kitchen. When Mother Yashoda is cooking, she doesn't stay there in the kitchen. She can do other things around. Not even, she can go to show the spa, other places to get other things. And from whatever she is, she can ask the rice she's cooking. Rice, are you cooked? And the rice will respond. No, it's 10 minutes remaining. It's okay. It'll be before I come. Sabji, yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. She communicates with all the things she's cooking from wherever she is. Not only to check. You have to check and see if the rice is done. But Asheda doesn't do that. She communicates directly with all the things she's cooking. Communicate, and they will all respond. Sirikan, are you married? Yes, I'm perfect now. I'm perfect, ready to be to service. I'm ready for service. So this is the experience in the spiritual world. It's not like here. Everything is so gross, everything is so dry, everything is so, you have to struggle for everything. No, in the spiritual world, everything is completely different, suitable. Blow the conscience.
Yes. Okay.
To be continued. To be continued. Yes, we continue. 6:30. So this past time, Damodar Lila narrated by many of our chariots, put everything together, and so don't compare what is happening there what is happening here. They're completely different. But Yashoda was bent on getting Krishna, and Krishna also was bent on running. They were all running after each other and talking. They were communicating with each other. Very nice. Then when Krishna saw that Yashoda Mai was perspiring, she was not giving up, she was continuing, I will get this boy and I will train him to be a good boy. He has to behave properly because the child represents the parent. So you have to train him to become a good boy. He would never misbehave again. So the training should be given. When Yashoda is ready, she will not beat Krishna, but she will always show the king, don't misbehave again. This is safe for you. Be careful. And Krishna is conscious of that. He has to be a good boy to represent the family nicely. Hare Krishna. He will continue. Part 2. Srila Prabhupada.